Test 1, 2, 3. Hello, radio. Test 1, 2, 3. Test. Hello. Test 1, 2, 3. Go a little bit higher. Test 1, 2, 3.
Hi, Gary.
VA3KBC.
NW4DBB.
Wow.
Brian.
Woodward. DJ, Glenn, and Brian.
Yep. Hey, Glenn, thanks for the video on the shotguns. Biz still watching it. It's good.
Oh, yeah. I like that stuff.
Okay, guys, I've got the live stream up and running, so if anybody wants to watch it now or later, whatever, it is up. It's Sunday Night Fun, 3605, 2025, 11, what is it, 3? No, 09, yeah. So it's up and running. VA3KBC.
That is a big double.
Yeah, that was a pretty good double.
Well, let me redo this then. I have the live stream up and running, and it is titled Sunday Night Fun 3605 with today's date. So if anybody wants to watch it now or later, it's up and running. And yeah, so I just let everybody know. VA3KBC.
Yeah, I enjoy watching these documentaries and stuff. I thought that one with a shotgun was pretty good, so I shared it.
Yep. How's everyone else doing? I heard you about the live stream there, DJ, but Brian didn't get what you were saying. But I guess some video. I haven't been on the computer since this afternoon, so I don't know. In fact, I haven't checked the email, so I haven't known if there is anything going on there. So.
Yeah, I shared a video that I saw on the use of shotguns in World War II, such as in Guadalcanal by the Marine Corps. And it was extremely loud and scared everything off the Japanese.
Yeah, well, they had the same effect in World War I against the Germans.
Yeah, it was quite loud and very intimidating, and with a shotgun, you didn't miss, and also it made such a scatter. If it kept on going, it might get a couple of other guys with it.
That's the list of the guys that are on this frequency.
Yeah, the thing that's real important about the video is that they talk about the Japanese attitude, their superiority, and thinking that, their attitude and spiritual discipline and skill at very close quarters combat with edged weapons would defeat America, and that we were weak, soft, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Well, most of the farm boys did not come from the warrior culture, but the 12-gauge pumpers kind of changed their attitude a lot, especially when they did that kind of bonsai raids.
It had a very intimidating sort of sound to it as well.
I remember when I got my first 12-gauge pumper, I fired off a few test rounds. It wasn't quite fully dark yet, but it was dark enough that I could see the flash. And this was from an 18.5-inch barrel with just a normal shot load. I mean, the flames were 3 feet long, for God's sake.
Yeah, shotgun can be pretty intimidating. I would imagine having one pointed at you would be pretty bad.
You guys ever fire off a 10 gauge?
No, just 12 is as large as I did.
I understand they are pretty wicked.
My neighbor had a 10 gauge, and we were just teenagers at the time, and it put him down on his butt.
Kind of picked him up, huh?
Didn't know what to expect, so it caught him off guard.
Yeah, you really want a shoulder pad and holding that thing in snug and have one foot behind the other and brace for impact.
Yeah, well, this was 1963, 64, somewhere around there.
Yeah, I've never fired a 10 gauge. I've heard it kicks like a mule. VA3KBC.
Or BBB.
Victor Alpha 3 Kilo Bravo Charlie, bottom of the hour.
Yeah, bottom's up, huh?
Yep, 31 degrees here, and I was telling Glenn, the guys that got up this morning, and the ground was all white.
Yeah, same here. It started snowing last night, and I probably got about an inch of snow, and it stuck around all day. I haven't gone above freezing, and right now it's 25.
Yeah, we're at the 20s this evening as well.
Yeah, you guys in the north have it worse than we do.
Well, worse is if you don't like it. I don't really care if it snows or not.
Well, what matters to me most is if we can still get around.
I kind of enjoy having cars last 15 years with no rust.
Well, this will be the first time we've had this new Ford truck that it has a different kind of drivetrain to it than what the ones did in the past. It's four-wheel drive, but they kick in when they need to.
Oh, very good. So you can benefit with two-wheel drive until you need four-wheel drive, and then it knows enough to kick it in?
Yeah. If it detects some kind of slipping or something like that, then it automatically kicks in.
That could be really handy.
You don't have to select four-wheel drive, and you don't have to do anything to it. Not even pushing buttons.
That's for fuel economy.
Yeah, that makes sense that you do that.
Well, if it's that way and you don't have to select four-wheel drive, then four-wheel drive is on all the time. It's just that it takes it drives the different axle at whatever it needs to pull the vehicle through whatever conditions it is.
It might be magnetic clutches in there, or it could be electrical motors in there.
Well, it's not electrical motors because he's got a gasoline motor, I imagine, but...
yeah, it's a Ford Maverick.
But it's a on-demand traction system is what it is.
Yeah, my Honda 2025 Honda CR-V hybrid, it's all-wheel drive, and I can watch how it... I can set it for winter driving or economy or standard or high performance. So the computer does all the thinking.
Yeah, and that's something.
Yeah, so it's got paddles on the steering wheel, like the guys that shift their race cars. And this paddle here, when you decelerate, you just hit the paddle once, twice, 3 times, and it's I forget what they call that braking, selective braking or whatever it is, regenerative braking, and it helps charge the battery up. But it works good. I'm really happy with the car. I never expected I'd ever be buying a hybrid or anything like that, but it was time to trade in our Honda or our Voyager, Dodge Voyager 2015 Dodge Voyager. There we go, and went with the Honda CR-V hybrid.
Yeah, we wanted to try this for a couple of reasons. One is I wanted four-wheel drive because I don't drive. Excuse me. My wife does all the driving, and I'm always concerned about her safety and her getting around. And then also this one's lower to the ground than the last one we had.
easier to get in, out, and out.
Yeah, you don't have to have a very high step to get into the cab.
Step ladder. I see some of those trucks, the guys have lift kits in them and ridiculously high.
Yeah, whereas this one's the height of a passenger car.
Starting to hear a little bit of static crashes. Snow squall watch. Yep. Okay. Ooh, wow. See what the lightning map shows.
Got credit stashes, huh?
Yep. Washington and Baltimore and Richmond and then out in the Atlantic.
Well, I don't hear a lot of it. Not very much.
No, it's just a little bit.
Yeah, seems a little bit noisier tonight than it did yesterday.
I have too much local noise to hear them, apparently.
Yeah, when the credit stashes go down, it's back down to S3, S4 here, but it is a little bit more noisier. So I can say that I'm hearing that stuff there, right, DJ?
Nothing like the summertime, though.
Yeah, not at all. Boy, there are some days where you just couldn't even get on.
Yeah, this snow is just kind of circling around us here. There shows midnight. It's still over us. It might last maybe to 2 or 3 in the morning.
Oh, Fred up there in the UP. I seen his pictures from this morning, and he got more today. He's probably had about 10 or 12 inches of snow up there by him. He's just south of Lake Superior.
Now, do they have any frost in the ground?
They have what?
Do they have any frost in the ground yet?
Well, I don't know. I mean, it was still fall, so I mean. They do get colder than even I do, and I'm a little bit farther north than you are, and I don't have any frost. You know, I've had a few mornings of frost, but the snow stuck around here on mine. Even though I had an inch, the ground was still covered here, but the streets and sidewalk and everything else, my driveway was all cleared off. There was nothing left on it.
Yeah, so looking at the 7-day here, so Tuesday, okay, Monday right through till evening, overnight, and then what do I see here? Tuesday, light snow, mild mixed precipitation. Wednesday morning, cloudy with showers, 39, afternoon 43, and then it's going to be 37 for Thursday, sunny, partly sunny, mainly sunny, and yeah, so this snow will be gone. It's going to be in the 40s then.
Yeah, just going by memory here, it's going to warm up here by the end of the week. I don't have the computer running right now, but yeah, we're supposed to be back by next Saturday. We're supposed to be back up into the mid-50s, so. And sunny. I remember the Thursday, Friday, and Saturday being supposedly sunny. You know, how they can predict that far, who knows? But it'll be everything that's here on the ground will be gone by then. But yeah, tonight we're supposed to be getting down in the high teens, and tomorrow again, I think we're only going to get about 32 again, and get it cold again Monday. But then it's supposed to warm up, like you say.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to really see anything till we get into December. First or second week of December, then that's probably when we're going to really see the cold temperatures and get some frost in the ground and then get the snow. That'll probably stay.
You know, I imagine, Fred, 12 inches of snow, no matter if there was frost on the ground or not, it's going to stick around for a while.
KA8CMD.
VA3KBC.
EBV.
Yeah, they up there in the up in the UP, they usually have 90 inches of snow for the season.
Problem is when there's no frost in the ground and they got to push that snow off the driveways, get on the lawn and that, you just rut things up.
Then you got to get it off your own driveway.
Yeah, the guys around here who don't have driveways, a lot of them don't. They just have, they just use the ground and they just keep driving over and over and over again, and just sand and rock and whatever. They don't clear their drive. They just keep driving right over it. Even the snow, they just keep driving right over the snow. Sometimes they'll get their plow out there and plow it off. But I've got a paved driveway. It's only about 110 feet to the road, and they come out and do the road. You have to clear that the apron off when they come by and do the road, of course. But I can fairly well clean my driveway off, and it's blacktop. It's asphalt. So when the sun hits it does clean it up a bit. But I can get down there with a snow thrower and at least clear it out.
Yeah, that's nice. Nice having paved. I have recycled asphalt on mine, so it's not paved. It's recycled asphalt that's all ground up, so it's a lot nicer than A gravel.
It was, let's see, it was in Sault Ste. Marie, the Canadian side.
I wonder if that's the one that Mom and Dad were on. They were on Appentour's bus trip, and they went on some train ride up there.
Yeah, it was one of the most fun train rides we ever had. We really enjoyed it. Even had the LCD screens fold down once in a while, and then it would tell you some of the history of the area. Then the screens would go back up when they're done talking.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, I think it's called the Algonquin Railway.
Old steam locomotive or diesel?
It was steam. I think it was steam anyway.
Yeah, when we went to Vermont, we were on a train. We went up the mountain there, and I forget where the heck that even was, and I don't even remember whether it was diesel or a steam one, to tell you the truth.
What's that?
I guess we doubled.
Yep, you and Glenn doubled.
Yeah, we doubled.
Okay, have I got it? Okay, so that time we went to Vermont on a bus tour up through Vermont. We got on a train. We went up the mountain there, and I don't remember whereabouts it was, but that mountaintop skiing resort that they have, it's a weather station up there, and they has some of the highest winds of anywhere in North America up there.
Yeah, I remember that trip. Mount Washington, if I remember right.
So we took a train up, and then we took the train back down.
Yeah, it's real steep.
It didn't have much comfort, let's put it that way.
I had my son and daughter with us on that trip, and one of the things I told Kelsey is you need to hang on to the seat in front of you so the train won't get away. That's what you do with kids, you know?
Yeah, keep them occupied. Keep them guessing.
That, and we also bought them these massive-sized jawbreakers, and that kept their mouths quiet for a very long time on that trip. Sometime I'll look up that railway again, because that was one of the finest we'd ever been on. Awfully quiet on here. Is everybody taking a little siesta?
I had to step out of the room as I said, but I'm back and listening.
Well, I got somebody in the chat here, so I just said hi to him.
Oh, hi there, Shack visitor.
No, they're on the chat on the stream here.
Oh, okay.
Asking if I was on the Hermes light.
Quite often my wife Lori will listen to us talk. She's used to ham radio, though. She's been around it for a very long time.
Yeah, Carol, she'll see that I'm streaming, so she'll bring it on the TV there, because we have a Fire Stick, so it's got all the different things that you can watch with it. So YouTube's one of them. So she'll put it on, and she'll message me on the chat here. She'll say hi.
Oh, sure. They chime in and have a good time too. She knows a lot of my local friends that are on the radio.
Roger. He says, okay, you sound very nice. Okay, very nice sounding radio. And I said, thank you. I like to say I sound good and I look good. Oh, he's in Norway. Can you contact me in Norway? I'm listening 7240.
Yeah, I'm not going to stick around here. I think I'll go watch the football game coming up here. So I'll say good evening to everybody. Brian, DJ, Glenn, 73 and 9CH.
Okay, Gary. Have a good time watching.
Yep, 73 Gary.
Good to hear you on.
So, Brian, how are you feeling these days?
Highly variable, but basically, not much progress and not much degradation. So, I'm at it. Today's not a good day. We had major issues with our heating system and had to call a guy out twice. And of course, it's an emergency visit, one thing and another. But anyway, a lot of problems with that, and not enough information, and one thing and another. So I think it's going to be working okay. We had to install. He had to check the unit out completely, and it seemed okay. But he did check it out for a winter maintenance thing. But also, our thermostat, the controller in the house, was not working right. We had to replace it, but they didn't have an exact model, so they had to substitute. And, of course, it behaves differently. And he said, it may be that the indoor module has to communicate with the one out in the unit, and it'll take a while for them to learn to talk to each other, so to speak. And I thought, well, that is a model that does apply to some things, but who knows? Anyway, that seems to be the case. So at least we'll have heat tonight. It's going down to 20, and for us, is a risk of pipes freezing.
Sounds like it's a lot more complex than just a little DC signal going back and forth.
Yes, it does. It's a real pain in the butt, and it should be a lot simpler than it is. But, they only give him one thermostat to go out in the field with. And anyway, we had to have something because the heating unit was cycling on for 8 seconds and cycling off for 8 seconds and on, without any changes from us. And so something had to be done.
Is it that complex so that you can log into it on the internet?
No, fortunately.
Okay, I was wondering if that might be one of the things that, was supposed to be an option.
I don't want Premier Xi or Kim Jong-un having access to my thermostat, refrigerator, or microwave.
Yeah, too much is a pain in the butt.
Yeah, this Internet of Things thing is much more risk than it is for convenience. I'm very happy to get up and flip a switch or whatever. So as far as I need to go is a remote to the TV.
I don't know if I heard me mention I had a big battle with the heating and cooling people here recently. They wanted to condemn my furnace because they measured carbon monoxide in the smokestack. I said, isn't that where it's supposed to be? They said, well, you're supposed to keep the emissions down. And I said, no, this isn't a car.
Yeah, you did mention that. I remember that, and I'm glad he's got everybody straightened out, so that's real good. Jan's going to put in a call to the office because she's been a 30-year customer. And this is a new guy. Their mainstay retired a few months ago.
Yeah, I gave him a pasting they won't forget very quickly.
And, he came here, supposedly fixed something. It didn't work. We called him to come back, because of the weather. And he said, I'd have to charge you for another visit. And I thought, well, okay, don't say anything here. Just, call the boss at the office that you will recognize you as a 30 to 40-year customer. And, you shouldn't be charged twice for something that wasn't fixed right the first time.
Yeah, you shouldn't have to pay for all these return visits.
Well, and the thing is, we didn't get instructions with this thing, and it should be fairly simple, but it has a mind of its own. In other words, the first time we tried it, we had set and say the heat comes on when it's supposed to. The heat seemed to turn off, but then the fan ran for 45 minutes before it shut down, which it didn't need to do, and that's, 60 amps at 230 volts or whatever.
Wow, it kind of reminds me of we had this. I'm trying to think of it. It was I guess it was a stove, and the stove it was meant for export rather than staying. Excuse me, rather than U.S. use, and. It was observing Jewish holidays. It would not work when it was observing the holidays. And I called up the company and asked them how to fix this stove. They said, "Oh, your unit was meant for export." I said, "Well, I don't want my stove to recognize Jewish or any other holidays. I want it to run when I want it to run." So they told me how to stop it from doing that.
Hey, very good, very good. And did they involve cutting a diode and resetting everything? Just joking.
Yeah, I'll never forget that incident.
Well, with all due respect, that's fine if people would want that, but that is a major inconvenience for most of the world.
Yeah, it was meant for export, not for U.S., but it ended up at my house.
Amazing how these things do.
Had to get into the menus and everything and eliminate that function.
Yeah, well, with this thing, it is in theory a simple device to use, relatively speaking. But, you know, when the whole system didn't shut off for 45 minutes, I thought, no, it's not obeying input commands here.
Yeah, you want it to run when you want it to run.
Right, or have a little common sense at least. I mean, okay, if I set it for 72 and the inside temperature is 70, yeah, okay, get up to 72, then shut off after, you know, a few minutes, let it cool down the heat exchanger, and then shut off. It doesn't need 45 minutes to do that.
It shouldn't anyway.
Now, with the previous thermostat, things would run probably about 90 seconds, well, after the AC went off, and the fan would keep blowing for 90 seconds just to get all the cold air into the house, and I don't know what it is with the heating system, maybe not quite as long, but, you know, it runs for a little bit after the thermal unit shuts off, and that's that. But this was ran to 45 minutes later, still going, and, you know, we called them back.
Good evening, K9ZU.
Hey, George.
Hey, guys, what's up?
We were talking about major appliances and their problems.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I had a stove that used to observe Jewish holidays and not operate on those days.
Well, I had a young Jewish itinerant worker repair my leaky roof at one point, but he managed to step on my the fan that pulls fumes out of my kitchen. I'm pretty sure that's what happened.
No, that wasn't because of a Jewish holiday, though.
No, nothing like that. I didn't discover what was actually the problem for about a month after it happened, but what the heck.
That's funny.
Well, the interesting thing here was that the tech, who is pretty current, he's a young guy, pretty current, been working with this company for a year and a half or so, and was smart enough to realize that a 4-year academic degree was not for him, and I think he's talented. But even so, you know, the thermostats don't come with a lot of documentation, and he could only guess in some areas as to how it worked, which is not reassuring for me.
VA3KBC, top of the hour.
K9ZU.
K8CMD.
Well, I'm going to go check 160, guys, so I'm going to shut the stream off here. I was doing a little surfing. I was surfing while you guys were talking. I had it up on the screen here. Had X up and was looking at some of the stuff on X there. So anyhow, you guys have a good rest of the evening, and maybe I'll catch you guys tomorrow night. This is Victor, Alpha 3 Kilo, Bravo Charlie.
Hello there, my friend in the north. You have a great evening, and we'll talk to you again soon. I'm going to get going anyway. Got to spend a little time with my wife tonight. She's got to get up early in the morning and go to work. Isn't that terrible? Just to teach a bunch of kids. Anyway, we'll see you guys maybe tomorrow night. So talk to you till then. K8CMD.
Good night, Glenn.
Okay, 73 DJ, and Glenn, thank her for all of us who are retired.
Thanks, guys. Good night.
Yep, 73, 74 TBD.